Well, the first thing that's different for sure is that when I first started in the car business, the second dealership that I was escorted to come to work for, I had left the first dealership where I was the number one salesperson and moved up the ladder there and did real well. But I was very loyal to the sales manager that had brought me into that dealership and had trained me. So when he got canned, I left with him, and I went home. And it was later on that afternoon that he had already started to work at another dealership, and they sent me two brand new demos over, one for myself and one for my wife at that time, which was they really wanted me to come to work for them. He had told them how well I was doing at where I was previously at, and this dealership was a little bit larger, and so he got them to send me two demos, and I went to work with them, and loved it, and lo and behold, in about 6 months' time, the owner of the other dealership that had fired him and caused me to quit purchased this dealership, and of course he brought us in together into his office, and he said, well, there's no need in me telling you that you're both fired. And of course there wasn't any need in him telling us that, but he did. He bought the dealership within 6 months and turned around and fired us both. So I continued to follow him around for years and years and years in the car business, and really was treated like royalty when I worked at a dealership there. I really loved it. Loved being around him. He was my hero in the car business. And so now it's a little bit different. I've never really had to apply for a job at a dealership. I always knew somebody and could walk in, and they were always eager to have me. But things are different now, and I did know somebody at this dealership, but they still had their corporate, and it's not only one dealership; it's a huge corporation, and they have, like I said before, they have 33 different franchises. And just to name a few, it's GMC, it's Dodge, it's Hyundai, it's Toyota. It's just on and on and on how many franchises they have. And of course, my belief is there's going to be a lot of used cars traded in at this dealership. I mean, how can you own 33 franchises or in this group and not get a lot of trade-ins? Now, keeping in mind, I'm not going to be exclusive to new cars. I really would encourage people to purchase new cars because of the fixed amount that they would have, the fixed payment, a warranty, and it's just a lot less risky for them to buy new cars, and so I'm going to encourage that. But there's always the case where you have the people that have just a budget that they don't want to spend. And so I'm looking forward to have a good used car trade-in to be able to meet a lot of my previous clientele, and I have quite a bit of clientele that people that do trust me, and I'm just so honored by that. That's one of the reasons I wanted to get back into the car business. At first I wasn't really excited about it, but because of YouTube and the fact that I have so many friends that called on me for their automotive needs, it's just it's I've got to do something. I just don't want to lay around. I can't afford to lay around, and you know, so I'm in the gym every day, and that's about all I do. And so I really want the content to be able to get online. I think that hopefully this idea of being able to create a mass market because of the new car incentives, and I feel that the used car buyers are going to have a better opportunity to be able to get finance because their credit may not be perfect or their budget is just fixed. So I'm really looking forward to it. But back to the point that I did have to fill out now, just a formality. I mean, I was already hired by the management because I knew the management. And I knew other salespeople there. A lot of them I actually watched my YouTube channel, and so it was kind of a open and shut case. But I still did have to go yesterday and take the drug test, and they had to do a background check. And normally, when I walked into a dealership, the question was, "When can you start?" And if I could have started that minute, they were ready for me to start. But it's been about 3-4 days now, and they have told me that I'm hired, but I've still got to go through the formalities. So things have really changed, and I don't really understand why people now they really question the integrity of a car salesperson in a car dealership, because there's so much that everybody has to go through, background checks, and the I mean it's just ridiculous, the integrity that why people would check the integrity of someone that had to jump through so many hoops. The car dealers now are regulated so much by the state. They have to watch their backs, and so they're watching the people that they hire. And so that always kind of bothers me a little bit when people, will attack the integrity of a car dealer and a car, which I hate the word salespeople, but an associate. Because it mainly, if they're attacking somebody, it's because they haven't done their due diligence. And they really should do their due diligence. They have their mind made up that they want a car, and they know it all at that time. And so people really should not trust anyone. It doesn't matter what field that they're in. There's so much information out there available now through YouTube. And these people that just go, we live in a world of hate. I mean, it's horrible, these political things that are going on now in a world of hate, that nobody trusts anybody. And there's really only one person that you have to trust, and that's yourself and your own instincts. So if you're out buying a car and you get a lemon, which is only available on a new car, a lot of you out there don't understand there's no such thing as a lemon on a used car. It has to be a car that was purchased new by the original owner. But with that being said, I just wanted to report in because I want to keep a lot of you up to date that you have asked about how the progress is, which I am so flattered by that. I plan on really doing at least 3 to 4 videos a day and updating you with how that's going. Again, if you have an interest in this or know anybody that may have an interest in starting their own dealership and some in and outs, because I don't really look at this as something like I'm starting over. I've just come full circle. I mean, I've done it all in the car business. I have had everybody's dream. So anyway, please subscribe if you like the content here. Have a blessed day and spread the word for me. Thank you.